Oh, it's beginning to rain.
Yeah, so soon it won't matter where you stand.
How often do you have to perform maintenance on
daily.
these?
Oh, on the flume?
Yeah.
We'll patch the flume if it needs to be occasionally because it does get warm from the wheels, but it's usually an annual for rebuild.
And the time you
start the pumps,
how long?
It's about 8 minutes.
8 minutes to get the whole operation?
Yeah. Okay, basically, this is the valley. You've probably all been here before. You've actually been where you're standing, just haven't been standing in the flume. One thing you need to watch out for as you walk my way is right where I'm standing, there's 2 weirs on the bottom of the flume. We use these to break the water a little bit, slow it down, make a little ripple. They'll also break you if you hit them, so try and stay to the left of them.
So all the upper water features are turned off during the night?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that large puddle of water here, so please stay to your left.
You guys empty the boats off every day?
Yeah. Well, occasionally we'll leave some on a belt just for, if we need maintenance room. Obviously to your left is the sawmill. That's where lift 1 is and belt 2. Belt 2 is the flat belt and belt 1 is the one that brings you up the slope. So we round the corner here. We're going to be exiting the flume just as you go inside, back inside the mountain. In front of you, before you go through the door, will be scene 2. That's the one with the locomotive and the badger and the wolves and all that stuff. But we're going to go through the door and then down onto a little wood platform where we'll stop at that point. What you want to do for me is just go down that little set of 3 stairs and go to the end of the platform and stop.
Are you guys able to hold your splash now?
No. You don't really get. I mean, you get a little long ride, but not too close. So yeah, this is just basically a little bit of an exit ramp. Obviously, we have, there's a lot of ways to get around the mountain, and you're seeing part of them. So that door comes out of scene 2. If you're not to that door there, you would basically be on the Fiesta Village side of the ride. So there's doors to get you these paths all over the place. That's how we get to the ride and how we get people out if the ride were to stop. Typically, the ride logs will always end up down at the bottom of the belts. Occasionally, we'll strand one in the valley, depending on when the pump shut down, but it's rare. Yeah, I'll go first. But from here, we're going to go down the stairs and to the right, and we're going to be going down the north stairs. Again, cleverly named because they're on the north side of the building. And that is the entire length of the A-frame structure.
West Coast Bash. Happy listening.
We're going to be going to your left, but on your right is the back count we've been referring to. If we're taking out, we've been here for like 10 minutes ago. It's just the electricity. Yeah, this is our last stop. It's not part of the tour. Anyway, this is the last stop on the tour. This is the pump room. Obviously, filtration in the back of the ride. We use sand filtration, chlorine, and acid, just like any swimming pool. Keep it very close to swimming pool quality.
Massive.
Electrical, this is the main end feed, and the actual control rooms behind that wall. Behind you are the pumps that operate the ride. There's 4 of those. There's 3 to run the ride. Each one puts out between 8 and 12,000 gallons a minute. It takes 24,000 gallons a minute to run the ride. We select pumps based on how the pump is running. A brand new pump may run 12,000 gallons a minute. An older pump may run 8. So we just mix them in, make sure we got the 24 to 26,000 gallons. If we need to dump water, we have ways to do that before it ever gets into the ride. The turbine pump, so you've got an 18-foot column underneath the pump, and then you've got the column taking the water up to the distribution box, which is the, you can kind of see the galvanized thing behind the red beam. The distribution box sits right at the end of belt 2, where you drop off the belt into the flume. 2 years ago, some people may have seen it on the internet, somebody had noticed we knocked a hole in the top of the mountain. We had a crane block drop through the mountain. This is when we changed the distribution box. As you can see, it's kind of a tight area. So we have to take all the supporting structure out from underneath the distribution box, all the pump columns, all the pumps, and then drop the box down to the ground, pull it out. Built a new one in one piece. We brought it in here on a forklift, and then they dropped the block through the mountain. We picked it up, put it in place, and put all the beams back underneath it. So it's a bit of work, and it's not the funnest place to work in the world. Pump columns are 18 feet, so when you need to take a pump out, you've got to get it 18 feet straight up, and then you got to bring the tail out here and drop the head at the same time. You have about 3 feet of clearance to do that. That's pretty much it. Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
The flume isn't particularly a wet ride, which we kind of like. We can ride it over and over and over. Is that by design, or does it just happen to be that way?
That's pretty much by design. It's not to get real wet. Really, the only place you get wet's on the basically last turn when the water rolls over. So
yeah,
it wasn't made. It wasn't a soaker ride. It was a family ride.
Yeah, so that's great. What's the horsepower of that pump?
I think they're. Thanks for catching me off guard. I think they're 100 horse each. I'm guessing right now, so. You know, I had a lot of answers, and that wasn't one of them, but thanks for asking that one. So, I'll be sure to look after you leave, though. Anyway, you guys will be heading out these doors. Thanks for coming along. I hope you found it somewhat interesting. Tried to make it a little different for you. Okay?
Very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.